Hello, everyone. It's Miss McGovern here, and welcome to another day of language arts. Now, we have been working in this language arts book all week, and we have been reading the story Room to Grow. So now we're going to work on what is called a sequence map. So if you want to get your book out to have it with us while we're working on your sequence map, you absolutely can. I'm just going to move mine off to the side so you all can see my sequence map. Now, you might not know what a sequence map is, but I know you know how to do it. So this is what a sequence map is. It says sequence map helps put events in order. Look for words such as first, next, then, and finally. These signal words show the sequence of events. So a sequence map puts events in order. Now, if I was making a sequence map for getting ready for school, I might write down that my first event is to wake up. That's the first thing I have to do. Next, I brush my teeth. Then I eat breakfast. So those are all different steps that I would need to take to get ready in the morning. I would not put a sequence map where I would say, first I eat breakfast, next I wake up, then I brush my teeth. I don't eat breakfast before I wake up. So it's very important when you're making a sequence map that you put events in order. Now, we are going to work on putting events in order from the story Room to Grow. There are a lot of sequence of events that we can put in our map, our sequence map. It is very important that you pay attention and follow along with Ms. McGovern because you're going to be working on doing this all by yourself soon. So for our sequence map, I'm going to do when Mama and Papa in the story Room to Grow move to their new place and they are planting things. So I'm going to say first, Mama and Papa planted lots of seeds. Now, if I'm making my sequence map and I'm doing my first event and then I don't remember what happens, I can easily look back in my story and look. So it says, first, she and Papa planted seeds in pots. Now, if I don't know what happens next, I can look in my story. It says, then they hung them from hooks. So I'm going to put that. So I'm going to say, then they hung them from hooks. After that, what happened? Let's see. Next, they crammed plants onto shelves. I'm going to put that as my last one. So they crammed pots and plants. Miss McGovern made a little mistake there, just like everyone else does. Everyone makes mistakes. Now, this sequence map shows me the order in which Mama and Papa and Kiku started getting plants in their house. So first, Mama and Papa planted lots of seeds. Then they hung them from hooks. Next, they crammed pots and plants onto shelves. So that tells me the order that these events happened. I put them in order. Okay? Now, I'm going to make another sequence map. You're just listening and following along with me right now, but we're going to make another sequence map together. I'm putting that one to the side. I'm going to make a new one. Now, I'm going to make the sequence map. Now, it looks a little more plain right now, but in the boxes, we put our events. We put what happened. So I'm ready to start my sequence map. Remember, I'm putting things in order. I'm using the words like first, next, then, and finally as a clue for me because there's a lot of sequencing in my story, in the story Room to Grow. Now, I'm looking for something. Let's see. I'm looking for my keywords. Ooh, how Mama makes tea. I can brainstorm that. I can put that down on my sequence map. So I'm going to move my book to the side and I'm going to do my sequence map. So what happens first? I'm looking in my story. Now it says, we all sat down while Mama served tea. First, she put green tea into the tea bowl. First, Mama put green tea in the tea bowl. And I think I'm going to move my book back because it's easier for you all to see and follow along. So I'm looking at what's happening in this story. So it says, first, she put green tea in the tea bowl. Now I'm trying to figure out what I would fill out next. It says, oh, then she added hot water and stirred. Then she added hot water and stirred. What was the last thing she did? Let's look. It says she handed the bowl to Jill's mother and bowed. Last, she handed the bowl to Jill's mother. Now, if I wanted to keep my sequence map organized, I could put what it is. So I could do how Mama makes tea. And I put my events in order for what she does, right? Now, if I'm looking back in my other sequence map, what could I title this? I could say, well, let's look back. First, Mama and Papa planted lots of seeds. Then they hung them from hooks. They crammed pots and plants onto shelves. So, how the Sato house got plants. That was talking about when they moved, how they got their plants. Now, before you work on doing a sequence map on your own, we're going to do one more sequence map together. So I'm going to put this one to the side because I already used it. We're going to work on one more sequence map together. And this sequence map I want to do is starting the garden. This was an important part of the story Room to Grow. So let's look. How did they start the garden? What did they do? What did they do? So it says first we had a meeting with the community. First, they had a community meeting. So a community meeting is almost like a meeting in your town. First, they had a community meeting. Then Papa built long, open boxes. What happened after that? Now, this is an important thing. What happened after that? Oh, it says next we filled them with dirt. Then this part's pretty important. The tallest box went close to the back wall. The boxes got shorter and shorter. The shortest box was in the front. Next, we filled the boxes with dirt and put, oops, not we. I wasn't a part of this. They, them in order to plant things. So that is how they started the garden. Remember, their garden was pretty small, so they had to get creative. All right, so what you are going to do next, after watching the sequence map video with Miss McGovern, you are going to complete the activity, which is a Henry and Mudge activity. You're going to listen to the story, and then you are going to put the events in order, which is following our sequence map that we've been practicing. If you have any other questions, you can listen to the video again.